is amiss. Therefore, for me, number one, if police can do a proper forensic timeline of his demise, and if they find out that he actually died on a Monday, then all the evidences given by people around him were false, because we cannot build something on nothing. Then all the people that gave those evidences ought to be detained and to be charged for conspiracy for murder, because there is nothing else they will say that will be believed. That is if they do forensic and postmortem examination on the body and we're able to find out when he actually died. Number 3, the police on their own, whom I feel messed up this case in terms of investigation, failed when they did not act when Baba Mohbad came to report at the police station. They failed to act because they shouldn't have gotten to the level of exhuming. They should have arrested and start their investigation from there, but they did not. So they failed. And considering the fact that the young man have written petition before them, so it's something that they ought to look into. Number 4, when he died, before he was exhumed, there were different narrations which were made to deceive people. They were first making noise that it was his former label owner that killed him and his associates, both Naira Marley and Sammy Larry. That one was so up that everybody thought it was this people. But police have been able to establish that those people were not even in the country. Would they have a remote influence to order his death? They've tried it, and at the end of the day, they only charge them for assault and bullying. So we rule that off. Then we need to go back and tell ourselves, the family of the partner of the late man, Cynthia Adebanjo, the elder sister, before the body was exhumed, came out to make some statements. But after the body was exhumed, she changed some of her narrative. It shows someone wants to hide something. So in all this, I personally feel there is a conspiracy of silence. Something happened in that house. Something happened in that house. And they don't want to talk because they all knew when that thing happened that if they talk, they will all go down for it. So I see them sacrificing the provider, the person that is feeding all of them. When you have a young man that have a duplex and is harboring over 15 people living on him, and they are eating on him, they are enjoying all his sweat, and still they cannot take care of him, or still they allow themselves to be used as pawn in his murder, then all of them for me are culpable. All of them, from head to toe, even to the cockroach in the house. They are culpable because they were hiding a lot of things. We can also take it back that even posts from the partner of the disease, aftermath, were not even for her to champion the cause of justice for the guy, but she was just defending herself about allegations in the public. The public shouldn't be her headache. Her headache should be primarily getting justice for that young man. And if she's not doing that, all she does is to protect or to react, then I don't know what they are fighting for. My opinion. And my opinion is government or the police are deceiving people. I don't believe there is any toxicology request. I don't. They've done autopsy. Where is the result of that autopsy first? Forget toxicology. Toxicology is meant to check the toxin in a system. And they're saying that they can't do it in Nigeria. Another fallacy. Because there are different authorities in Nigeria that can do toxicology. The most secure is for them to go to NDLEA in Alagbon and tell them we want toxicology. All they want to dictate are toxin in that person's system, and they will lease them out. So at the end of the day, the preliminary report of the police is only out to work. They will say they are working to the answer which they've given. They try to establish that his friend fought with him, and because he fought with him, he missed hitting the guy, and he crashed the window of a jeep that took him home. Number one, his fist. We never saw the impression of the glass he broke. The only thing they said was on his forehand. How? What happened to his fist that used to break the something? And if you crash a glass, you are not going to have a single cut. You will have multiple cuts. Number two, they tried to hang it on that he had a fight. That would be an involuntary murder. Then they try to hang it on a nurse that they called to treat him up. So probably he gave him injection. Okay, nurse came to do an illegal job because she injected him, administered medication to him in an uncontrollable environment. And strictly for me, that is what they want to get in the toxicology. They want to get what the nurse injected him with, nothing else. So they are working to answer. Because so far they've established that the friend fought with him. He bled profusely. Where is the blood? They can still correlate that blood to what the father saw. But in the preliminary report, they never reported there was blood in his room, except when the father mentioned it. So what investigation really did the Nigerian police carried out? Nothing. Now they are hiding under waiting for result of toxicology. Hey, what result? You're not going to get anything, as far as I'm concerned. There's no big deal about it. But the key result for me in this matter is the autopsy report that has been carried out in Nigeria all this while. That report is on their table. What did they see on his body? What form of mutilation did they see on his body? What are injuries on his body? These are questions that has to be answered. Now, if those questions are not answered, then this guy are just creating, a scene, and they are working to their answer. That is my view. On DNA, well, as far as I'm concerned, it's a civil matter. Let the head of the family act accordingly. It is not about coming to the public and shouting, I want DNA. Let him take the right step to get the DNA. The law is there to help everybody. He has a lawyer. He has people around him. Let him take the action. He shouldn't be talking. He should just take action, as far as I'm concerned. Is he supposed to also, understanding the way police have handled this matter, by now, the family should have gotten an alternative autopsy for their loved one. But they have not gotten it. And people that claim to have his ear are coming out to say he's waiting for government. Government is doing toxicology. People should get it right. Postmortem is in two forms. You have the autopsy, that is examination of the body. You take note of everything on the body. If you see any impact, you explain it. You make sure you look at it. How can those impact or injury impact on the death of the person? Those are physical things, physical examination. It does not cost much. Toxicology is to check toxin in the system of the person. Simple and short. So autopsy has been done. And it has been done is on their table. What has that autopsy shown to them? Now, for one of the people close to the Baba, he said on Saturday that he had gone to check the body on a Tuesday. That was last week, I guess. And he said, the body is okay. And they are doing dry embalming for him. Dry embalming for me means it will have impact on the autopsy if the family want to carry out their own autopsy. Because dry embalming, the skin will be getting dry and it will be shrinking. So some things that they ought to see will have been will have disappeared. So that is already affected. But whichever way it is, the family ought to have their own tests or evidences to compare with whatever the government has done. They have the right for it. They don't need to go to court for it. It is their right. There are many people that carry out autopsy examination on their diseases. They do that. They do that on their corpse. You don't need to go to court for that. You don't need. Secondly, this person was not a criminal. So it is not Oku Ijoba. It is Oku family. Ijoba, it is not the corpse of the government. It is of the family. The only thing the government is interested in is to bring whoever killed the person to justice. Because according to the cardinal responsibility of the government of Nigeria, under 1999 Constitution as amended, the security and the welfare of the citizen within the territorial integrity of Nigeria must be guaranteed and assured by the government. That is why it is a state matter for them to prosecute the felony, that is manslaughter or homicide case or murder. They need to prosecute it. That is their job. And every one of us, we get mouth there because we pay taxes. And we want justice because we want to enshrine and support our justice system. So that if something like this happens, we will know there are precedents. But it is sad to say that the family of the deceased are not in unity to fight this. Rather, for them to seek justice for their loved one, they are doing infighting, fighting over nothing. That is what I see. They fight over nothing. The enemy is out there. Except, when Yoruba have this saying, a ship does not sink because of the water that surrounds it. A ship sinks because of the water within. So from what I've said now, there are conspirators within this young man's camp that led to his death. Because, simple evidences have shown that they don't even have a straight story about how he died. They don't. They are all playing to gallery. And because they are doing that, they are crop people, as far as I'm concerned. My opinion, Madam Harris. Now, a number of people lately are also claiming, where is the nurse? Where is that? What do you need the nurse for? You don't need the nurse. You don't need the nurse. The nurse we have a day in court. All suspects that police have mentioned, we have their day in court, whether they've been released or not. But in the first place, why will police release suspects of an homicide? Why would they release them? That is my own grouse. Suspect of an homicide. Why would they release them on bail? It's a capital offense. They ought to be held. Because they could commit suicide. They can run away. Or perhaps the people that actually killed the guy might kill them. Now, as the case is, these people have been released on bail. They owe nobody explanation to come to the public to talk. No. The matter is already with the police. If they were not detained, they can be talking. But they can come out and talk. If they believe, they can say things that will make police assumption on them to come to void. That is the only reason they can come and be talking. But at the end of the day, whatever they come out to talk, haven't they said it to police under detention all this while? So what is special for them to come and say? As far as I'm concerned, really, my opinion. So for me, I don't care if Spending come to talk. I don't care if Prime Boy come to talk. I don't care if the nurse come to talk. I don't need them. What I need is police to do its job. And police, for me, is what people should be calling out to do their job. If as a public, we've identified a lot of loopholes in their investigation procedure, then if their procedure of getting evidences against suspects is faulty, therefore, if they take that matter to court, if the defendant have good lawyers, they will win it against the state. They will win the case against the state because they don't have concrete evidences to nail them with. Except, of course, the nurse. If they come with the toxicology brouhaha, even with Prime Boy, if he has a good lawyer, the guy can get off it. These are reality of the case. If you want to pin someone, you must come with good evidence. And there are precedents. If you check Oriyomi's case, the wife was the front runner for Oriyomi's case. She shouted from north to south, from east to west to the center. She was shouting everywhere. They moved the case from Oshun to Abuja. She shouted, they took it back there. And they took the case to court, and she got judgment. It is because she was relentless. If we look at the case that happened in Abuja, they are both rich people. But they came to find evidences because the family stood their ground and they want to see how it will go. If that case is like this case, that woman will not go to jail. They say, oh, the man was taking shisha, he fell, he did all that. But they were able to ascertain the impact of his fall and understood that that was not him falling. Because if he would have fell, he would struggle. So the impact will not be as high if he was pushed. They would have done better. Nigerian prosecuting authority did that case. And they were able to show to the judge that was not there. And it was easy to come with a good judgment. But in this case, all these evidences are not easy. They are just doing workings to their answer. Because I'm not seeing them turning all stone. They will say they must leave all stone unturned. These ones are not turning any stone. They just came with Karamoje and tell us what they think. And that is what all of us are discussing about. So there is a lot of things fishy here. Whether you are for this, you are for that. I don't care. But the fact is, as a public that came out to call out before that body was exhumed, we need to use our brain and ask so many questions. Why was his neck broken? It is a simple confirmation that he was dead. Who are those around that place when his body was prepared for burial? Those, all of them, including the morgue attendant that said took bath for him or whatever. All of them ought to be in detention. They must tell how his neck broke. You have 2 million to buy a casket. You will have bought 250, 150 casket that is already available. Good ones. You did not buy it. You went to buy casket that looks like when you are burying genocide people. People that were killed in a genocide. Just makeshift coffin was what they bought for this young man. The young man was now a pauper. He wasn't a pauper. It was comfortable for him to have a 2.55 million casket for them to bury him. Questions, questions, questions. Why were substances thrown into his coffin for him to be buried? Question, question. This is what people should be thinking about. Not about, I don't know, all this pleasing talk. Not about that. These are things you should be thinking about. It shows that there are some people sitting somewhere that are pressing remote. Some people are sent to do some things and they are closer to him. They are closer to him. And something went wrong. If it was a mistake, when Spending said they always argue, it is normal. It shows the guy has been in a toxic relationship. Can police check that out too? From the partners, said the guys have tried to commit suicide. It means health-wise, it wasn't too stable mentally. Have they been trying to cure that mental, imbalance? What drugs were they using? Who is his doctor? What have they been giving him? What and what and what and what? A lot of questions. For me, this is what we should be asking about. and call out those who we think had done something wrong. Because if everything is done properly, we will know who killed this guy. And if nobody killed him, we will know at the end of the day. But if nobody killed him, then why did someone break his neck? That is a big question mark. Why? There are 100 whys on this matter. So, Lady Harris, I hope I've been able to answer your question. That is my opinion, and I'm entitled to it.
What was my question? I forgot.
You don't forget your question. Aristocrat.
He covered all. These are the people that Mama will judicial. He covered the whole textbook.
I swear. You say when they analyzing, they go straight and make sure they finish the novel. If you never reach full stop.
The teacher we just put 100% because I forgot 100%. You passed because I forgot my question.
When you ask questions, you don't forget your question. But let me just chip you one thing.
Sorry, Mercy, I want to add one more thing. Okay. You see, I was flipping around some pages
you see
today.
They add extra
I was on Lenchy, and people were attacking Lenchy that he bailed out the nurse and all that. And this is what I said, and I will repeat it again. And people were abusing me, and I will repeat it again. For those who are blaming someone to bail one of the suspects, but they are not blaming themselves or bailing other suspects, I want to ask, what standard are they using?
Double
to
standard.
Judge themselves? They are all suspects. They are all suspects.
Lenchy.
So what standard are they using? Suspect is suspect.
Lenchy did not bail the nurse. The police gave the nurse bail. It's the police that bail people. I mean,
thank you.
Lenchy is not the one. I cannot just walk into Pantina and say, I want to bail that
someone.
I have the money. The person must have met some certain requirements to be bailed. And that does not mean the person cannot be jailed after conviction. But there's a question someone asked in the comment section. Miss Mercy, please, one quick second. Before the question goes away, we don't have to answer it now. You can speak, then we answer it later. The question was, where is this? Mama Mohbad said, Wunmi already begged me. And this person said, I can't even find the question again. Begged her for what? Because in one of Mama Mohbad's statements, she said, Ìgbà tí Mohbad kú, Wunmi ti pè mí, ó dẹ̀ ti bẹ̀ mí. Begged her for what? Pé ẹ má bínú pé mo pa ọmọ yín or what? What? Begged her for what? I think we need to ask Mama Mohbad that question. So, Miss Idris, please go ahead.
Okay, before I forget, I wanted to go to the police, but Aristocrat just reminded me of something regarding Lenchy this morning. I did spoke to Lenchy because yesterday was a lot of rumors going around regarding this very nurse, and he makes me understand this morning the reasons why he's like that. And I really understand his points, because what is the nurse coming to tell us? Now we have the corona inquest. You know, the nurse needs to be safe. You know, the nurse needs to be out there for she to be able to come out and talk on the corona inquest. So, if you want to know anything about the nurse, according to Lenchy, go and find the nurse. He has done his own finding. So, if you want to know what happened to the nurse, go and find the nurse and ask the nurse question. But I think it's right as well in that point that there is no point of dragging each of everyone, dragging here, dragging there, dragging here, dragging there. The nurse is okay, and she's going to come for the inquest. That's what we are hoping, and that's what Lenchy said this morning. So I think I spoke to him. I was on his live very early this morning, and I spoke to him regarding this. That's one. Then the other side, I want to chip in when Aristocrat was talking about the police. Here, before Baba went to that police station, to me, I believe that the police already know that Mohbad has died. Because if they bring a dead body to your station, first of all, you have to send some men to that house where that crime happened. They never did that. So they didn't even send anybody to Mohbad's house immediately when that corpse was still in the station. So for me, before Baba got there, they already know that Baba was coming. Because if there was 100 people in that house and no police was present, meaning that they've already informed the police already. So police. Hello. Police
I have
knew.
a question.
Can I finish, please?
Mute.
Okay.
The police already knew that this guy don't buy. And that's the reason why they have the result in their table and they are not telling us what they saw. Because for me, they have the result already. They know what has happened to that guy. And they are keeping it because they think that the Nigerians will going to keep quiet, will stop talking very soon, and they will just cover everything down. But I'm assuring them as well to know that this case is not a case that will go down like that because no one is relenting. The more they think we're shutting up, the more we keep shouting. If I'm tired today, Paparano will carry on. If Paparano is tired today, Aris will carry on. Somebody will always be there to keep fighting for this justice until this justice is prevailed. So for me, right from that show, with everything the police has told us from the beginning, if you guys can remember, police never told us from their statement that Spendi was in that car. Never. We never knew that Spendi was in that car when they were releasing their first statement. Never. We didn't know. So from that very show, police already know what is happening. And as we know that this case is not just an ordinary case, there are a lot of people who the police are trying to cover up for them. And that is the reason why they've been playing with us since on the 11th or on the 12th of September till now. But I'm assuring you that many police will lose their uniforms when the truth is out, including all of them who has conspiracy, who has hidden the truth from
have the N-word pass.
They will definitely.
Can I have the N-word pass?
Sorry?
Hello, can you hear me? Can I have the N-word pass?
Paparano, deal with this. I don't know what this person is saying at all.
What N-word are you talking about? What N-word?
Nigga.
What N-word?
This person is on Colos. Just don't hide. Don't hide. No, Paparano laughing 1.4 in highness. So that is so crap. I'm with you, and you actually analyze everything from A to Z, and we just know what it is, but we already know what it is, but they are not coming, to tell us anything. And as for Wumi as well, who think that you can fool people, but trust me, you are only fooling yourself, because a mother should be proud of the paternity of his son or his daughter. So you even trying to cause this commotion for just a DNA that is not a death sentence, that has already showed us that you don't, in fact, that has already told us the truth. Even without you coming now to tell us, we already know what you're trying to say. Because if you are 100% sure that that baby belongs to Mo, I swear to God, you'll be the one to stand and everyone will come for you. We appreciate you. We support you in any way. We love that boy, because if we don't have any blood of Mohbad, like Mohbad left something behind. It's just like Mohbad has worked, has suffered, and has left nothing behind. There's nothing to remember him about. But if that boy is Mohbad's son, then Mohbad still lives. That means Mohbad left something behind that we all are going to embrace. We all will be very happy to know that, yes, Mohbad left something. He didn't just go. So for you refusing and telling all these stories you are giving out, that shows us already. For me as a mother, I would say you already know that that baby is not for Mohbad. Because if you know that that baby is not for Mohbad, you'll be the first person to come and say, oh, Nigerians, come on, you guys are exaggerating. Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Let's get this done. But you never came out. All you do is fighting, Baba. Dragging the DNA as if they drag a generator from another place to another place. So for you, Wumi, you already lied right from beginning. And if you know you are covering up for people, as you said, the industry gods. The industry gods are coming after you. That means you two, you are ready to go down for the industry gods without telling us what has happened. So you are going down with a secret for the industry gods. So if you know what you're saying is right, you should be able to come out and defend, because you said you are a wife, and a wife should be defending the husband in every way. And this guy has gone. He can't speak for himself. That body know they talk. So you are the right person to come out there and say something what happened to this guy and explain to the world, because you think that everybody was going to keep quiet because you think that you could do Mohbad, whatever you've been doing Mohbad while he was alive. But you never knew that it was going to get to this point. So at the end of the day, you are going down with Mohbad. You like it or not, even for negligence, you are going down no matter what. You are not You are not coming out of it. You are going. You are going. Any of you who has a hand on it, you guys are all going down. Then as for Adura, which is my brother, my enemy. Yes, my brother, my enemies. This mobile death has actually taught me a lot of things. To know that with friends, with family, you can still have people who come around you and say they love you, but they want you dead. They want you sad. Your sadness makes them feel happy. So this death has also shown me that families can still bring you down if they really want to. Friends can still bring you down. They will be eating and drinking, dancing with you, but they'll be using one bad eye to look at you. And if they find any situation that can profit their envy to bring you down, they will just join. And that's exactly what you, Adura, because if you cannot come out and tell the world what happened to your brother, that means you were his brother enemy. You never loved him. You were envy of him. You wanted him down. You wanted to take his position. And this is what you did. And that's the reason why you are doing this today. But trust me, you two, you are going down. And Mama Mohbad, who is there thinking that she's a mother who appeared in Mohbad's life after Mohbad had made it. As a mother, you don't even need to be called a motherhood. You don't belong to the motherhood. I swear to God. You don't. Because if you've lost a son and you know that you love that son, okay, you should be a mother that will stand and fight for justice for your son. But what are you doing? You're doing nothing. You're actually clapping hands and dancing their music for them. You too, Mama. When the time comes that the secret will be revealed that Mohbad actually passed by on Monday, do you know you're actually going down? Because you were there on Monday, you knew everything that happened, and you came back home on Monday and you pretended that nothing happened, then you called Baba on Tuesday. If those secrets start coming out, you, Mama, you are also going down, eh? That means everyone is going down here. You guys should know that. It might take us time, but definitely anyone that has hand on Mohbad's death will go down with Mohbad. He's not going down alone. You people will go down with him. So I really agree that the Nigerian police, they know what they're doing. They just think we're going to keep quiet. And we are not going to keep quiet. We'll continue to fly. We'll continue to ring. We'll continue to cry. We'll continue to shout with our voice, with anyhow we can do it. We'll continue. We'll never give up because we are still on justice for Mohbad. And that justice we'll definitely get. Thank you for now.
Thank you, Miss Idris. Very well said. Thank you so much. So, Mr. Aristocrat is the moderator here. So let him take charge and focus. Moderation, not that other thing you are focusing on.
No, you know, my kind of moderation is I like easy peasy. Me, I don't like where people they rush. So I'm a very democratic person. So let the people throw in the topic they want to discuss, or let them ask questions. Or I might look into the comment section. If anybody have question and doesn't have opportunity to come to the panel, maybe this time we should try to answer people's question. We will call out their account name and we answer their questions.
Oh, that's a good one. But let me ask a question.
And it will only run for a while.
Yeah. Let me ask a question. Let me throw the question. Let me be an devil's advocate here. The question or the point, Team Wumi, I think that's what we call them, they asked all the time, or the point or the reason why they crucified Baba Mohbad was he carried the corpse. He carried the corpse to the police station and they are like, why did he touch it? Why did he not call the police? Can we deliberate? Can we educate them on that a little bit? Because they always say, oh, you should have called the cops. You should have called the police. I mean, we call it cops. I mean police. You should have called the police. You should have called the police. Why did he touch? Why did he touch? Can anyone educate Team Wumi, please?
Yeah,
let me get your question. Why did he touch what?
Why did Baba Mohbad touch Mohbad when he saw him under the staircase? He should have called the police. That is what the Team Wumi are holding against Baba Mohbad.
Let me also ask this question. Was there evidence that Baba Mohbad touched Mohbad while he was under the stairs.
God
He
bless
said
you.
he saw him. That was his report. He said someone, pointed his attention to it that Baba, ewa okelelo, owa mbibai, nibi staircase. He said he never said he touched him. And even when the Baba wanted to take his son away, he called ambulance. So if you call ambulance to take a corpse, not be you go touch him now.
Yes, now.
Now the medical personnel.
Thank
The
you.
question we should be asking is this. Number one, Mohbad was taken to hospital and they said he was brought in dead. Those people that took him to the hospital initially have tampered with his body. They were the primary people that touched his body. When he was eventually returned back to his house, the people that performed the local embalmment on him are the secondary people that touch his body. So why are they not blaming the primary and secondary, and they are blaming the man that gave order for his body to be moved to the morgue? That should be the question.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Let me just tip in a little bit that I was privy to. When this first, because those questions, I personally posed those questions to Papa Mohbad. And I didn't even ask him, trying to say, why did you touch the body? I even asked him because I was trying to ascertain if the body was fresh, warm, or cold, trying to determine the time of death. That was why I asked him. Aries, I asked Baba, that was way back then when I was still talking to him. I asked him, I said, Baba, when they showed you the body under the stairs, did you touch him? Was it warm, cold, lukewarm, or what? Baba told me. He said, no, I did not touch him. I was even mad at him. I said, for what conquer? I mean, I thought you were going to touch him, shake him, and say, what happened? Baba said, I was just looking. I think in a state of shock. So Baba did not, just to tell Tim Wumi, screen recording, Baba did not touch the body at any given time. He did not. To me, I even think that was a wrong move. I probably would have touched, God forbid, but I would have touched the body to see if the body was warm, if the body is cold, lukewarm, the degree of the body temperature. I would have touched the body. But Baba did not touch the body. Number one. Number two, Baba was not. Baba ní pé ìgbà táwọn rí àwọn ní Wunmi kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Wunmi said, and I'm telling you what Baba told me personally. Wunmi said, etí ló ń dùn, wọ́n wá pe nurse, wọ́n wá fún ní injection, ó wá react. Okay, that he had ear infection. They called the nurse. He reacted to the medication. That was what Baba told me. Now, I asked another question. Baba asked me, what are we going to do? Check out the ambulance. Then somebody said, yes, they should call ambulance. Then Baba said, Baba told them to go ahead and call ambulance. Baba was not the one that even called the ambulance. Baba was not the one that even called the ambulance. Baba does not know how to Google ambulance number. Neither did he have an ambulance stored on his phone. So it was one of those 100 people that were around that called the ambulance. And when the ambulance came, they picked the body. So for a little clarification to to this Team Wumi and their narratives, Baba did not touch the body. The ambulance was called, and the technicians, the undertakers with the ambulance, the paramedics picked the body. And that is another problem system. When paramedics attend to 911 call, okay, police supposed to come with, or they also, if any foul play was suspected, they have the duty to call the police, because they were also supposed to ask the question, what happened? So you see, we should stop crucifying Baba. He wasn't the one that called, or he did not touch the body. So please,
Harris,
sir.
you know what I will say to this? You see, it is not everything that people say that one respond to. Because anyone that has his or her head on the neck, we think before you answer. And when some people ask some stupid question, you don't answer it. People are talking about touching evidence. Is it the body that was already buried before police came into the matter? And you are talking about touching evidence. They took the body, assuming they went to police station, police did not enter it. The body has been tampered with the first set of people that embalmed him. The body was tampered with when they got to Ikorodu morgue. The body was tampered with when they moved it into a coffin. So are they going to arrest all those people? The body was tampered with when they buried the body and it was decomposing under the earth. So what are they talking about? Touching the body, all those things, they are things you don't answer. They are simple things you don't even answer because they are foolish man's thoughts. And if you don't want to be a fool, you do not argue with a fool. So there's no need to argue. Someone asked a question in the comment section. He says, Percy, he said, he wanted to ask a question that, was it good for a mother to take a 5-month-old child to a rave, that is to a show, to a concert? People on the panelists, please, you can answer that. Because for me, it's stupid. How can you take a 5-month-old child to where they are smoking, making noise?
I will even say abuse.
Hello, please, can I ask, please, I have 2 questions to ask Team Wumi, please. Can I ask?
Team Wumi? Okay, go ahead. Team Wumi, hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. Team Wumi, that is on the comment section. Team Wumi, in the comment section, these questions are for you, and we can help you. Team Wumi, please listen very attentively. Team Wumi, in the comment section. Or I don't know if there's any Team Wumi in the panel. So
Yes,
please,
yes, they are here. I can see some of them here. So my question is this. According to when Baba was being interviewed, Baba make mention of when he came to Mohbad's house, he saw Afar. This is my first question. So why would someone die and they caught Afar there? My second question is this. When someone died, why would they embalm him in the local way, putting salt on his chest? So I want them to explain these 2 questions to us.
You see the question that you have asked, I don't think people in this panel will be able to answer. And this is why I think so. Number one, the question we said we should be asking a question that the people in the panel can easily answer. And we will read from people in the comment section. But that question you pose should be given to everybody in the house before that man arrived the house.
Okay.
So that question should go to them because they will be the one to answer it.
All right.
We don't know.
Thank you very much.
You should ask them what they saw in the soup that they went to look for gun. Now
Maybe, but
Yes.
Mr. Aristocrat, I beg to differ. Maybe Team Wumi can tell us because Wumi speak to them. So maybe Team Wumi will have given them the reason why the body was embalmed. So
is there a Team Wumi here?
Yeah, there's
on the panel.
On the comment section. I think Team Wumi,
comment section, okay.
Is Raindrop. Can you please
if
type
the person
the
comes to the panelists, we can.
No, not panel. The person can even type the answer in the comment section. The person can type the answer in the comment section. I will read it.
Aris, we are going away from my brief. My brief was this. We will answer questions. We don't want them to respond.
Okay.
If they want to answer a question, they should come. They should request to come up. We will bring them up and they will answer it. You understand?
Okay.
So that we can hear them talk. But we can answer questions. Everyone on the panel can answer any question if they have questions.
Hello. Good afternoon.
This sniper. Good afternoon, Gary.
There's always the sniper, the empire, the premier. Why are these dim today?
Just a quick clarity here. When they say Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká rí sàárè ọmọ, what does it mean? Does it mean a father shouldn't see the is it the coffin? Is it the ṣé burial ground ni wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ rí ni àbí wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ fi ojú rí òkú ọmọ? And now, if it's Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká fojú rí òkú ọmọ, say you're in the house here and a child ó kú sílé tí ẹ kí bàbá ló kọ́ rí, what happens? Is it a taboo or what exactly is it?
Hello, yes.
Go ahead, answer.
Yeah, actually, I'm not Team Ubu, but the question that man asked, I was privileged opportunity to be in one platform when that such question was asked, and someone answered that question back about the affair and the embalmment. The answer was that what he gave was that the affairs possibly they are living within Lekki, and Baba Mohbad is living far away with what's called Korodu. So they must have contacted friends of associate of Mohbad, wherever, when the news broke up. So that's why they came early. That's why they were there. And the embalmment was a local one. Like if someone died, like you can just normally put cotton wool in their noses.
Uncle, that's not my question.
While the father is not yet aware of
yeah. I'm not people. No, please. I'm not
my question.
People. So that was what that was the answer. What that was
my question.
You said you asked why was their father there?
The prim. That question was asked a while back. Another question has superseded that.
Oh that's the way I came up.
Let me respond to Mr. G Sniper. Number one, to answer your question, and I'm going to also go back to the thing with his response. Number one is, it is a taboo. Yes, your question, it is a taboo that, God forbid you witness, or any one of us witness the death of their children. Somebody's background is noisy. The empire, I think that's probably yours. So it is a taboo in I can't say Yoruba culture, in anywhere in the world. Normally, if you go by the chronological way of living, you will expect my grandmother is 100 plus. You will expect her to die instead of her witnessing me died or me dying. So it is like a taboo. Neither of the two. You don't want to experience or see the grave of your children, or you don't want to see the death or witness the death of your children. So normally, parents don't attend the funeral, the burial of anybody, not even your children. In Yoruba culture, if you are older than the person that is dead, you are not supposed to be there. It's just simply put, because you're supposed to go. It's just a cultural and a belief thing. So that answers your question. Now,
All right, sorry. Can I complete? Can I ask another one? Sorry.
no, hold on before you ask another one. Yes, you can, but let me quickly talk to Mr. Another Deeprim. I don't know what is Deeprim. Okay, now with what you said, and I know you say you are not in Wumi, but it's good to look at both sides to strike a balance. I will disagree with whatever response they gave because of one or two reasons. Those particular afar that Baba said were there, I think two of them, they've been in the family and they were the ones settling disputes during the land issues. And they were brought by Mama Wumi's mother during the land dispute that they went to settle at Iyalolade's house. And this same Iyalolade is now who Wumi is calling Baba's girlfriend. Shemoti Jabatide Orimandowe. Now, so they had no obligations. Mama Wumi is the one that is still practicing Muslim religion. Wumi, as we all can see, is doing Christianity and she's going to White Garment Church. Mohbad, of course, is of Christian background. He did not practice Muslim or Islam in any way, form, or manner. So why were those two affairs there? Probably Mama Wumi already knew and she sent them there to pray over the body. That would be my best guess.
Can I go ahead with my question now?
Yeah, go ahead with your question.
Yeah, sorry.
And the question is for the house, not just for me.
Actually, I just want to ask the second one. So, in this case now, this Baba Mohbad's case, right? Unfortunately, he got to
actually came up. Sorry, please. Actually came up this.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, so in this
Actually came up to us. Oh, fuck up. Who is talking? Should I go ahead or just
the sniper? Let the sniper speak first so he can complete his thoughts.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Yeah. So in this Baba Mohbad, in this Mohbad's case, right? Baba Mohbad, unfortunately, he got to the house. He saw the body of his son, right? So wouldn't it be fair? Or I'm just saying, like, since he's seen it, why didn't he just complete it that to make sure? Because he saw blood in the room. Why didn't he just check the body to make sure everything was all right? Because he's already seen it, even though I know it's a taboo, like you said, but he's seen it, so you can't reverse that. So you've seen blood in the room. Why don't you just do the normal, just a normal, kilo shomomi, ibuleje tiwa, let me check. Get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Miss Mercy, you want to speak about that?
Yes, I will.
Go ahead.
Baba couldn't be touching his son's body because if you want to say there is tradition, we still have traditions that we respect, and Baba stood on that tradition. And if Baba doesn't stood on that tradition, you know the effect of that, what that can be. So Baba is not supposed to touch that body, and I think he did the right thing, not touching the body. So I don't see any reason why Baba was supposed to start confirming or checking Mohbad's body. He shouldn't do that. And I'm happy he didn't do that because these people actually wanted to set Baba up in the first place. Because when Baba got there, if Baba wasn't there, who knew what they wanted to do with the body? Because they told Baba to go back home. And imagine Baba went back home. What would have Wumi and those people did to Mohbad's body? We don't know that. No one is talking about that. Because there's a reason why they refused to tell Baba what has happened to Mohbad. The man uses his old mind, or how am I going to say it, his own intelligence to get there by himself because he felt something was not right. And that was what saved Baba. And that was why we are here today. Because if Baba had not gone to that house, I really don't know the plans this 100 people and Wumi, they all had to do with Mohbad's body. So Baba gets in there, and in the statue he saw his own son. I don't think Baba, it was the right thing for him to touch the body. And I think Baba actually played along with them because Baba knew that his own life was on risk. If Baba would have taken some actions immediately, who knew what they would have done to Baba? You know, Wumi telling Baba to take the boy on the road to the village and all that. That was all a setup. So she hate Baba so much that she wanted to put this thing on Baba's head. But Baba was able to be faster than them and play along with them. And that was why Baba is so innocent in all this today. So for me, Baba shouldn't have touched that body, and he did well not touching that body.
And the more reason why he did not call the police when he saw the body, to answer the lady's Aries question, which was asked before. Thank you. Because
and also to piggyback on what Mercy said is that probably, like I said earlier, he was in a state of shock, number one. Number two, based on my personal conversation with Baba, to be between God and man, Baba did not suspect any foul play. He believed the initial story. And you know why? Because I asked him, you supposed to do this, do that. I was screaming and angry with him. And he was like, me more, I was mad, meaning that God give it and God take it. So Baba did not at any time, initially, he did not suspect any foul play. He actually believed the story they told him. I can confirm it. He believed them. It was Karima that actually, she was the game changer in this case. Because Baba already believed the initial. I spoke to him. I used to talk to him very often. Never alone, via my PA and our team sometimes. He believed the story. He believed it to the letter. Baba even said a word. I hung up on him that day. I was like, what did you just say? Saturday, and stuff like that. I had to I can't believe this. Baba believed them. But my spirit told me there was something wrong. I was like, okay, I'll talk to you later. Click, bye. So Baba couldn't have checked front, back, left, right, and center because he wasn't suspecting anything. That's why he asked, okay, he had ear infection, nurse came, nurse gave him injection, he reacted, he died. Okay, what are we going to do now? He believed. Karima was the game changer. Karima was the game changer of this story, actually, in my own opinion. So that's my story. And thank God for all those mistakes. And we are here now. And justice must be served. It's number one. Please tone it down. We are doing questions, answers, and clarification.
Don't worry, Madam Marys. Let me guide you. Except Forest.
Yes, sir.
Except Forest. Number one, yes, we are deliberating. So let's put our voices at room temperature.
I'm sorry.
Number two, you are right. But in a situation when he rushed to his son's room where they usually meet, hoping that is where, because he never knew he was dead. He only had the hint, the hunch, when they told him, go back home. And he said, why would you go back home when we're already here in Lekki? I'm going to the house. What is happening? And he saw a lot of people and went straight to his room. Maybe he was thinking maybe his son is very sick or something, or he had an accident. He got to the room, he did not see him. It was when he was coming out and asked him, where is the lady? Where is Promise? Baba Emma Bombi is by the staircase. And he said something. So if before we talk, let us listen to what he said. He said, when I saw him by the staircase, he was already locally embalmed. Now,
Okay.
as a person that saw a body that has been embalmed, are you going to hug it? Are you going to touch it?
Okay.
You will not touch it.
It's clear.
What will you do? So, Abiyamo Toto, you will take your 2 hands and put it under your armpit.
I understand.
And be wailing.
Now.
So you can't touch him. And assuming he was actually there, maybe the son, he was with his son, and the son gave up on his lap. It's a different thing. That is when you can be shaking him. Oh, wake up, oh, wake up, oh, wake up. The way those other people that took him to the hospital, the way they were dangling his body, you can do that. But this time, he's already late. They've gone to the hospital, they've returned, they've arranged him, they've cleaned his body, and they've embalmed him. They've worn a different clothes for him. They put salt on him, block his nostrils and ears. He not go feel organ now. The least he do is to kiss his forehead.
I understand.
Thank you very much.
He's been locally embalmed.
Thank you very much.
Let me piggyback on what Mr. Aristocrat said. Excel, and this is for you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You see, the behavior you explained right now is actually a trait, characteristics of my gender. Men usually will stay and be watching. It was the position of the mother to do that.
Which she already did. She already did on Monday.
Hold on, ma'am. Hold on, please. Mama Mohbad. But do you know, on that Tuesday, when they got there, she went and stayed somewhere in the street. She did not even come in. Hence, we state that she already saw the body on Monday. Now, you are even saying Baba Mohbad was looking at the body, did not shake him. What about Mama Mohbad that did not even come into the compound at all? And she saw her son Saturday, hale and healthy, with a 5 million promise. Now, compare the two characters. It is usually the women that will go cry, just saw my shake, 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 shake. Now, you see why we are concluding Mama Mohbad already went there on Monday to cry, to shake, to do this, to wash the body, to make sure everything is intact, and look for a way to present the situation to Baba Mohbad. Excel, do you get my point?
Yeah, it's clear.
Even if a child dies in the house in the normal way, it is the women that actually will cry. The man will just stand and they said men don't cry, right?
It's actually it's true, but men also cry. But the point is clear to me now because the body has been locally embalmed. Before you got there.
I'm even trying to bring Mama Mohbad into this equation to see why we said that she saw the body on Monday. They cannot just tell you a child you saw on Saturday, hale and healthy, and you told him, I'm going to church. Then you come on Tuesday, they said the boy is dead, and you were standing in the street. Okay, thank you. That's actually what I...
Sorry, Lady Aries, let me just even come in there in respect to that Mama Mohbad standing in the street. They called you, according to you, on that Tuesday that your son was ill, not that he had died. He was ill. And you got there and stood outside. So it's obvious that you're already in the know that this boy had passed, because you know that it is a taboo. They even said in Yoruba land that a man can still see their child's body, but it is so forbidden for the mother to see it. So for Mama Mohbad to have stood outside on that 12th, when you were not told that he was late, they only said he was ill. They told you he was ill while during when you were leaving Ikorodu. When you got to the residence and stood outside. So that means probably you have already known that this person had passed.
It is only Baba that was in the dark. And that was why you will stay outside, because you don't want to see the body, being the mother. That is what I want to add to that. Thank you.
Even before that, let me buttress it more. Remember when they were coming and my mom that was giving phone call, they asked me, but they should go back. From that moment, the man sensed foul play.